What is up, everyone? Welcome back. We have another update today, and this ticker is Microsoft, very well known stock. And we had some high probability expected price action that we need to review. Let's see if the bottom is definitely confirmed or not. All right, guys, let's get into it. Before we go to Microsoft, guys, just a quick market sentiment update. This is the SPX S&P 500. And if you watched my market sentiment video a couple weeks ago, I expected a bit of a rally, but I'll be honest, I was not expecting this much of a rally. This is nice, guys. You could see we lost a total of about 10%, and we gained that back in 3 short weeks and some. But be very careful, guys. Don't get me wrong, it is nice to see all of these green numbers, especially in these big tech stocks. But if we go to the daily chart, you could see we closed this up gap, which I expected, but this is not a healthy move for the chart structure. You could see we gapped up above all these EMA lines, first gap here, and then we have another gap here, and we are already trading. I just drew this real quick, guys, at our prior resistance where we got rejected before. And we could see we have some more up target prices. We could see the top of this trend channel. We could make another higher high, but this is exactly what the market makers like to do. They like to get you all excited, and then you FOMO buy in. Oh, the market's going crazy, and then they hammer you and you're at a minus position right away. Basically, you buy, they drop the price, you sell, they buy your shares, and then they get more shares out of it, guys. So I'm not saying the market is going to go down right now, but keep an eye on these gaps. Those are just footprints for the future, guys. So remember that. And you can see we were getting compressed by this weekly trend line, and we broke out of it, which is a good sign, guys. But do your own due diligence and move it cautious. If there was no gaps, it would have been more of a healthy move. It is good that we're trading above these EMA lines, but just be careful because they could drop the price immediately on you. Okay, now let's get into the Microsoft chart, guys. And I am in the replay mode. And exactly a month ago from today, I did a chart analysis on Microsoft. You could see right here on my channel is the bottom in. And guys, this video will be pinned in the description and at the end of the video. It's good to watch that to understand what you're looking for and then actually playing it out to see how it plays out, guys. It'll help you understand market sentiment and market structure better. So go watch that video and then we'll compare it to this update today. So basically in that video, I described if we had a bottom in or not. We found support on this. We're in the weekly chart, guys, of Microsoft. We found support on this weekly 200-day moving average, very strong support. But I also said I would not be surprised. We had a gap. We have this gap here in this demand zone. Maybe form another bullish divergence in the weekly chart, guys. Bullish divergence means trend reversal for most of the time. And that was my saying I would not be surprised if we dipped into the zone. So let's press play and see what happened. Okay. And guys, if you watch that video, these are my original drawings. You could see we came down, closed this gap. I'll delete this gap now. We don't need it anymore. Close this gap, touched the bottom, exactly the bottom of this demand zone, and we formed a bullish divergence. You could see this is in the weekly chart. You could see it's a little difficult to see, but it's still a bullish divergence. You could see that the RSI gained strength, a higher low, but the price sunk. That's a major bullish divergence in the weekly chart, guys, which is has high significance on a stock like this because it's a higher market cap stock. And you could see already from the bottom here, we're already up 14%, and that's a huge amount for a stock with a $1 trillion market capital. I'm sorry, $3 trillion market capital, even better. So real quick, guys, it's not just about buying a stock when it hits a certain zone. You have to be able to analyze what potentially can happen by using your chart structure, your market sentiment, and your indicators, and combining them all together to identify where a reversal or a price action may occur. You don't want to just buy blindly in the zone if the RSI is not ready, the market sentiment is not ready. Everything has to align, guys, for these better setups. And if you learn how to do this for any type of stock, low cap, mid cap, large cap, you can be extremely precise with your entries and exits and minimize risk while maximizing your profits. And, that's the trading game in a nutshell, guys, to minimize your risk while trading, because you will take losses. That's inevitable. That's part of the game, but maximizing your profits as well. You see this all the time. People will start talking about Microsoft now after the price moves. The price will move already. People start talking about it. You'll FOMO buy in. the price corrects and you're already at a minus position right out of the gate, guys. You don't want that. You want to be able to get the position in before the move. Real quick, in my Patreon, I teach you how to identify these zones and predict price movements and understand the complete market structure, guys, not just buying at a specific zone, but combining it all. You shouldn't have to rely on anyone else to trade. But for those who follow my channel, you know I will give you my best analysis for price movements based on technicals of the chart. And this week, guys, we had about well, last couple of weeks we had about 5 swing trades and breakout stocks that hit multiple targets in my Patreon in the last couple of weeks. I would show them on here, but I spent way too much time and energy and work to have someone potentially copy my trading system. So it's for my dear and valued members only. All right, let's get back to it. So now we say what happens from here. Let's go to the daily chart with Microsoft, guys, and you could see that just like the market, the S&P 500, all these stocks are gapping up as well. And this is not, bullish to me. The move was bullish, but we have these footprints behind. You could see my support reaction from my first video. We gapped above that, and now we gapped above the 50-day moving average. So it is good that we're trading above that, and it is very good that we have now regained support. Well, not yet. We didn't retest it yet. We could come down and retest it, but we are trading above the weekly 200-day moving average. You could see we've traded above that for basically a lifetime in Microsoft. Microsoft's extremely strong stock. So what is the next move for Microsoft, guys? So I'll be honest with you, I took some of my positions. Yeah, this is not financial advice. Remember, none of this is financial advice. This is just my opinion based on the technical analysis of the chart. So I'm saying I took some of my profits here because you could see the RSI here. This is a hidden bearish divergence, guys. And what a hidden bearish divergence is you could see this price is higher. It's forming a hidden bearish divergence. It's not there yet, but it's forming. Right now, as it stands, it is a hidden bearish divergence. You could see the RSI gain strength. This is one clean move to me. If there was more moves, this wouldn't count. And remember, guys, I teach this on my Patreon. If you go join, and my tutorial vault teaches all this stuff. This price would have to be higher than this price for this hidden bearish divergence not to be valid. But as it stands now, this price is not higher. So let's see if we can get a higher high here. That would be very bullish in my opinion. But a hidden bearish divergence would be a continuation of the original trend, which is a downtrend. And that doesn't mean the stock tanks, guys, but that would likely see these gap closes. And these gaps do not have to close right now, but I would not be surprised if they do. That would somewhat make sense to me, close this gap, then this gap, find support on these EMA lines, and then regain support, and then on the uptrend. But like I said, I like that we're trading above that weekly 200-day, and if we can find support in this trend channel, that would also be very bullish for the continuation of the uptrend as well, guys. Remember, we got the daily 200-day moving average coming here. Watch my original analysis for prices to the upside, but we have a lot of gaps. We have this next supply zone. We have our secure price that we're approaching. That's another profit-taking zone, in my opinion, not financial advice. But this is also where you take your market sentiment into consideration. You saw how high we were on the S&P 500 here. Maybe we have a little more to go. We never broke out of this overbought trend channel yet. So we have these gaps to the downside. So we could see, a little bit of a correction or a reversal coming. So, that might enable us to close these gaps. We may not never, but we might not dip into this demand zone again. This could be the bottom. I believe the purpose of this move was ultimately to close this gap. We do have more gaps to the downside. Keep those in mind as well. All the prices to the downside explained on my original video, guys. But like I said, when you put it all together, use your indicators, your market structure, and the stock structure, you'll be able to identify with a high probability of these moves like we did here, instead of FOMOing in after and buying after. You want to get the lowest price to minimize your risk. All right, guys, that's it for this update, and stay sharp, guys, as always.